for it to tell my followers I'm live. So tonight, it's been about 4 weeks, I think, since the last time I did one of these. Tonight I've got Saint Celestine who's just joined me and Daz Maul in to talk about their new podcast live stream called The Hobby Collective. Now I've got to try and make this work. So I've accepted Saint Celestine, and I'll accept again, and then Daz is here as well. Let's see if I can accept him. Insta. And then invite Daz. So Daz have invited you. Saint Celestine says you're invited. And now I guess we do the little dance. Oh, there we go. There's someone. Hello? Oh,
Hello.
hello. With a hat on. Now I just need to see if I can get Saint Celestine on as well. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I can't see you now though, so
I can see you.
that's
I'm
not.
just now repeatedly accepting Saint
Yeah,
Celestine.
it could just be me talking to myself tonight then.
Yeah. So live. Accept. Go live. Accept. Go live. Oh, this is great. Let me see.
Love it.
Let me see. How did I find out he was on then? Accept. Go live. Right, I'm going to cancel the invite and invite you again. Because it just said you weren't able to join. And usually when it says that, then the person appears. So,
Right.
oh,
Hi guys.
yes. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Can you? Who can
Yeah,
you see?
I can see. I can see both of you. I can hear both of you, which is good. Hi Daz,
okay.
long time no see.
Yeah, hi. I can hear everyone, but I can only see myself.
Wow.
Instagram. Anyone in the chat, if you could let us know if you can see everybody, that would be great. I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
But yeah. The weird thing about Instagram now is if I cancel someone's invite and then re-invite them, it says they can't come on, then they appear. It's brilliant. How
Always fun.
are you both? How are you both this evening?
Very good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, not too bad. Bit of a rush round. Have had a couple of beers this afternoon, which probably wasn't a great idea for a podcast. But, that's what happens. So, I wanted to get you to one. We haven't had many questions. I don't think it's because of St. Celestine thought that you aren't famous. I think it was more to do with, I feel like a lot of time it's Instagram takes effort to write stuff. But we have had one question, but it is only for St. Celestine, I'm afraid.
Yes.
I think it is because it's from Sam, old Warpy 80 Studios.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I don't think he wants to talk to Daz. So, okay. w.edge.war.games. Sorry, saying that when you're pissed. I have visual and audio of all three of you. That's good. So that's fine as long as everyone else can see us. So before we kick off, just tell us a little bit about yourselves. Let's start with you, St. Celestine, as I can't see you. Tell me a little bit about you, if anyone who might be watching who doesn't know. Tell me about you, what got you into the hobby, etc., etc. Give us a bit of your backstory.
Again, okay. I feel like I've told this 100 times.
People watching who don't know who you are, So this is what you did to me when I came on the Hobby Collective. You made me tell my story again.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Okay, so yeah, I haven't been in the hobby long. I've officially been painting for 6 months. When I was a kid, my dad brought home a random book. It was called Xenos. I had no idea where it was from or what it was, but I adored that book. I read it about 3 times. And in October of 2023, I heard of the live action coming out, and I thought I'd give Warhammer a look. And I found Xenos, and I was really thrilled to see that that was actually Warhammer, and I had some background. And so I started reading the lore and looking at the miniatures online, and eventually I couldn't resist anymore, and I started painting myself. So that's how I got into Warhammer late in life, not young like most people.
Okay. So what attracts you to the hobby? What sucked you into the Warhammer universe? Which which maybe other people might not. Yeah, what's drawn you into this hobby more than anything else?
The community did, actually, for me. It was interacting with the Warhammer community has been fantastic, and it's been my main, I don't know, support system. It's my favorite thing about the hobby. There's always someone willing to help, and because Warhammer is really confusing if you try to get into it without any background. It's there's a lot to learn and a lot to understand. I remember reading some of the comments when I started looking at the miniatures, and I thought I needed some kind of dictionary to understand what was going on here. But there were many people who are more than willing to explain and be helpful. And it's fascinating to me how something so grim and so dark draws so much kindness and supportiveness. So yeah, it was definitely the community that kept me around.
Cool. And same question to you, Daz. Tell us about the man, the myth, the legend that is Daz Maul Wargaming. What got you into this? What led you down the podcast route? And tell me the story. Tell me the Daz Maul story.
Right, from the very beginning.
Yes, one time.
No. So I've been in the hobby since like 1999. So I got into the hobby during 3rd edition 40k. So I started off with 40k. I know a lot of people won't believe that, but there you go. And yeah, so I've been in the hobby since then. Same story as a lot of people during COVID. Started doing more online things, venturing out into that. Enjoyed it. That's grown and grown. And I've sort of fell in love with the hobby community. I think a lot of you hear it a lot, and it's true. That's why you hear it a lot. But yeah, I don't know if I would be carrying on with the hobby anymore, to be honest, if it wasn't for the great hobby community. So everything I seem to do now seems to focus around, can I make it community based? Can I involve people in it? It's no longer just for me, and I like it that way. So obviously getting to know people on Instagram and things like that has been great. And when obviously I can't remember who followed who first, Saint Celestine, but
You did. I remember because you were one of my first followers. Yeah, I was really chuffed.
There we go. And so just chatted since then, and I think we sort of have got the same sort of like feelings towards the hobby community and that sort of thing. And it was just a no-brainer for me. I wanted to do something like that where you can give others a platform just to come on for a bit and say their piece, whatever it may be. And so sort of came up with that idea and put it forward to Saint Celestine, and she was mad enough to say yes to to be a co-host on it. And I'm glad she said yes, because I couldn't have done it without her, honestly, because I'm not very good at Instagram interviews and things like that. You'd think it would be the same, like Twitch and Instagram, but for me, no. Go on Twitch, I can do it fine. Go on Instagram, and I'm a mess. So I appreciate that.
So we have Sam has joined us. Sam has joined us. He says hello, and then he says, "Tell us the story of how Daz became such a high-profile mega influencer."
I think it's weird coming from him, because I think that he's more of a mega influencer, right? I think we can all agree this. Are we right?
I mean, should you two compare sponsorship deals, because you both seem to get quite a few? So maybe the one with the most sponsorship wins. I mean, Duncan Rose hasn't given me any paints.
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
The war of the influencers, and I'm just like in the corner here, being like.
I mean, Brad Biddy says just coming with super mega influencer. I don't know if he's talking about you or Sam, but he could be talking about both of you, you know.
Oh, you.
So, not me. Tell me the story. I'm the interviewer, so it's not going to be me, is it? Tell me the story. Tell us the story. Answer Sam's question. How did you become the super mega influencer?
Okay, so I don't think I've influenced anyone ever. So I don't. And if I have, I apologise. No, I'm not. It's a silly question, isn't it? It's a joke between me and Sam.
Let's break it down. How did you get into Twitch and all that sort of stuff?
So this isn't about being a.
Let's leave the word influencer out of it. Let's just get.
Let's leave that out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Let's get to what
the content creator.
What led you to Daz? Yeah, content creator. Let's use that then. What led you into that?
Yeah, so like I said, it just started off as a way for me and a group of friends to stay in contact through hobby, through COVID, and we were doing it sort of like through like private video calls, and we were having like there's a lot of banter, a lot of fun, and we're like there might be other people out there that don't have like this group of friends like we have, but would maybe appreciate just being able to tune into something, or like be in a chat and watch other people do the hobby and chat to them through the chat. So like we might as well just live stream this. So yeah, learned about Twitch and started that up, and that's kind of how that started. And obviously through doing that, we started doing more Instagram things as well, just to reach out to people, keep in contact with people, get inspiration, things like that. And once we started getting a few people on that we were interviewing, it then became a matter of, right now, why don't we just copy and paste those and put them out on YouTube? So let's do a YouTube thing. And that'll be whatever it'll be. But yeah, ultimately that's how it was all born. It was just born through necessity, like that we had to keep in contact through COVID just for our insanity and carry on doing our hobby, and we felt that other people might be able to benefit from it. That's basically it in a nutshell.
Okay, Cookie's just popped on saying new legends. Thank you, Cookie. For all that don't know, Cookie runs Rhino Hammer, which I believe is December the 13th to the 15th. He's also got some Just Giving and links and things to different charities like Models for Heroes in his bio, I think, on his profile. So go and check him out. Grab Mini says that you lie because he is now an AOS player because of you.
So you influenced him. So you are an influencer.
So you did influence somebody.
You did influence him.
So there you go. And that wasn't even Sam. That was Grab Minis. Sam is back. What is Michael's future goals if they're in the hobby? Where does? Oh, I'm not. Is that your real name, Saint Celestine?
No, it's actually not. But Sam does try.
I was going to say, I've had emails from your private account, and that is not your name.
No. Okay, so my name is incredibly difficult to pronounce. It's the only reason I don't use it. So my name is Marijke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's not worth the effort. It's just I'm fine with saying Celestine because it's just not worth trying to get people to pronounce it correctly.
So this question is for you then. I was trying to work out who Michael was and why he was spelling it on that. What are your future goals in the hobby, and where do you see yourself in the next year or two?
Well, next year it's a short period of time, but I do want to enter Golden Demon one day. Hopefully, it will be at Warhammer Fest. But in the meantime, I would like to learn enough to play enough to actually go to some club games and just get more active in the hobby. It's been great being online. It's been wonderful, and the engagement's been fantastic. But I really do want to actually talk to people, face to face, and get to, play a game with some friends and make some friends locally. I think I'm ready to do that now. So in the next year or two, I'm hoping to learn. I'm hoping to enter just a local gaming small little tournament and just go meet some people. And then I am working hard at my painting skills because I definitely want to enter Golden Demon in 3 years' time, not 2.
So that does bring me on actually to, we've all seen the last few days on your page and in your stories and your posts that you are embarking on the journey to learn 40k. How has that been going?
It's been going well, actually. I actually started because I started watching some stream games because I was really tired of looking at the group chats and not having an idea what was going on. Like, people would be talking back and forth and I just didn't know what to do. And so I started watching some stream games that looked like a whole lot of fun. And I was sitting there actually watching stream games with the core rules like on my lap and trying to make sense of it, and it just didn't make any sense, like not much. And then so I enrolled in a start to play 40k course, and that has been helping. It's really easy to pick up from there because it's really broken down into tiny little pieces. So it's going well.
And then miniature painting Jim Bros just said learn AOS, but then he's just put joke at the end of it.
I'm tempted. I am tempted to learn AOS. Actually, it looks like a lot of fun. It's a very interactive game. Fourth edition looks like a whole lot of fun. There's some overlap in the rules that I've been able to see, and then there's some rules that have been, you know, in 40k there are certain armies who play rules differently, and then there's things that are kind of like open to interpretation and will cause a lot of trouble, like disagreements around the gaming table. AOS 4th edition has simplified a bit of those, so it is tempting. It is very tempting, but I don't know. I have to stick to 40k at this point because that's what they play, and I want to go play with people. I don't want to play all by myself. So, and I'm actually happy to be learning 40k because it is the main gaming system and it is kind of a huge challenge. So I definitely want to be able to do it. So, but maybe AOS a little bit later. Maybe 4th edition will pick up. Yeah, you never know.
So this, I might as well get Sam's question over now because it sort of leads in. Sam wanted to know what it would take to get you to play Old World.
So Old World is even worse than AOS at this point. There's not people playing it necessarily. I've been looking into the lore of Old World, and I must say it's very, very engaging, and I'm enjoying that. So I probably would like to just master one gaming system, or at least learn enough about the core rules to understand, and then I'll see about branching out to different gaming systems from there. It's a lot to take in for someone who has never played any tabletop games. Honestly, it's a whole lot of information. I have had some good tips though. If I go Chaos Demons, I can play both AOS and 40k with my army, which is not a bad idea actually. I'm considering it. And then, you know, Old World, I don't know much about the gaming system. I haven't looked into it, but yeah, if it's anything like AOS 4th edition, I wouldn't mind learning it at all.
It's not.
Well, if it's like 40k as well, then it's perfectly fine. I do enjoy the gaming system, so
yeah, I can't really describe Warhammer It's basically Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and I can't really describe that to you in relation to 40k and AOS because as of 8th edition, 40k just changed dramatically compared to what it was. Previous editions, there was a lot of comparisons, but I don't think there really is now. I think Old World's probably a little bit more rules intensive, as in everything's got to be quite rank and file. You've got things like you've got hit tables, wound tables, certain things can't wound other things if the toughness is double their strength, that kind of thing. So it's a little bit step up. It's hard to try and explain to someone who's never seen Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
Okay.
Right.
Well, then I think learning 40k first to have a foundation will then hopefully be easier to learn Old World from there, because if it's more complicated, I'd rather start with a simpler gaming system.
Yeah, AOS, Miniature Painting Jim Bros said it's AOS but complicated. Well, that'll do. Question to both of you now, because I think Dad's just been sitting in silence while you've been getting
I'm fine.
So, question for both of you. I actually want to know where the idea from the Hobby Collective came from, what happened, how you got talking, how you set it up. Because it felt like it was planned, but it was a big secret for a while, and then all of a sudden it was happening.
No, it was not long, I think.
No.
It was Daz's idea. I don't remember what brought it on. It was something specific. I don't know. Like I've stopped with my podcast for a while, and then I think I was interviewed by someone, and then by Daz actually.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I was on your Twitch stream, right? Yeah. Sorry about that. And then afterwards, you know, he said, "Hey, this was fun. Why don't we do like an Instagram version, but like give people a chance to talk. And I thought it was
Yeah.
fantastic. So it
Yeah.
was all Daz's idea.
But
Yeah.
like
And it was
say,
like,
I think I enjoyed seeing what you were doing on your interviews and things like that. Obviously, I'd stepped away from doing a lot of like Instagram lives, and I was doing my Twitch thing. I thought it'd be, and I kind of missed the interaction that you do have with Instagram. It's just a different audience, and like I say, enjoyed what say Celestine was doing so much. I thought I want to do this as I always do. Try and involve the community. Let's make it community based. Let's get to know some faces behind the screen names, behind the miniatures, things like that. And I'm not very good at doing things on my own. I've always had someone with me, as whether it's a co-host or a team member, something like that. So this was going to be no different, and I didn't really have to put much thought into who I wanted to be co-host with me. So, like I said, asked Saint Celestine, and yeah, sure she's regretting it now, but yeah.
no, a little bit.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah, that's basically it. There wasn't a lot of time, to be honest. It was a few messages. Let's sort this out. Yeah, great. Here's the general idea of it. How frequently do you want to do it? What day? And yeah, let's start on X date, and that was it.
Yeah, the most difficult thing was picking a day because we didn't want to clash with anyone. Your podcast, his two Twitch streams, all of those things. So yeah we picked a Monday because that's the only day we knew available. And yeah, that was it. We started. It was nerve-wracking because we had no idea who was going to come on. It's actually it's one of the most fun parts of it and one of the most nerve-wracking parts because someone just requests to join and you don't necessarily know them or you've never seen them before. So it's fun. It's fun.
Different. It's different and it's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, and yeah, I say it's still early days yet. Really. There's only been maybe 4. I think we've done 4.
Yeah, I think it was 4. Yeah.
So all of them have been great. Some of them busier than others. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, if there's no pressure for anyone to jump on, and if they don't, then it's still great because I'm quite happy to sit there and chat to Saint Celestine about hobby and nerd out and stuff. So it's all good.
Yeah, I enjoy having a co-host because I didn't have one before. And Simon, you know how nerve-wracking it is to be on alone. It's like you have to keep an eye on the chat, all that. So it's very nice to have a co-host actually.
Yeah, you've got no backup. It's definitely easier when you've got co-hosts.
Yeah,
it's difficult. It is more difficult, and it's difficult sometimes to keep the conversation going, keep an eye on the chat. Yeah, sometimes you just want to switch it off in the middle of the stream and just go home. Grabmini says, question for Hobby Collective: what do you see as the goals and ambitions as a collaboration?
Wow.
Getting deep now. People are getting deep with these questions. These are deep questions.
You want to go first, Daz?
I mean, okay, okay. I'll try. So, as a collaboration, I mean, the goal is to do just what we're doing. Really, I mean, I've not me personally, I've not really thought any further than the next show.
Yeah.
And I'm just think it's one of those things that it's nice just to let it happen organically, and if conversations happen along the way, that means it evolves into something slightly different, or we have different takes on it. Then yeah, that's it. But it's just all about just that community thing, and if we can get people noticed on Instagram and their minis out there, or their businesses recognized, or whatever they want to do, then that's the whole idea. So as long as we're doing that, then it's a success. So yeah, that's me.
I think we have talked about for special cases, like for example with Cookie doing Rhinohammer, talks about doing like then it will be still Hobby Collective, but like a whole kind of a special edition where he comes on and maybe like 5 of his friends who are playing Rhinohammer as well comes on and talks about Rhinohammer, which is a nice way to get these causes out there. So we'll do those on occasion. I think we talked about doing that. So and it's mostly just to, you see a lot of podcasts and it's fun to see someone scheduled to be interviewed and all of that, but not everyone gets asked or has the courage to ask to be interviewed. So now anyone can, if they feel up to it, just tell us about their hobby. And I love getting to know hobbyists. It's been really cool seeing some people who followed me for a while and we've had conversations come on and I can actually see their faces and get to meet them. So I enjoy that part very much.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So who would I'm pretty sure I know what St. Celestine's going to answer, but if you get anyone on, even if it was only for 10 minutes, who would you like to talk to? I'll put that to St. Celestine first. No, I think we all know what she's going to say.
No, actually, I don't think you do. Guys, go first. I need to think.
Oh, really? Don't do this to me.
He was just he was just settling in to go, let me have a think. Oh, no, I was on the spot there.
I actually, it's going to sound really, really random, but I would love to interview El Miniaturista. I'm not sure if he ever would, but he's an amazing painter. I would absolutely adore to talk about his miniatures. Like, I watch his videos all the time and I get inspired every time he paints. So
I thought for sure you were just going to say Henry Cavill. I was absolutely positive.
I would like to interview Henry Cavill. I'm just not sure if I'd be able to string a sentence together. So it would be very useful, Yeah. And he can't answer any questions because everyone in the chat would be like live action questions. So I don't think it would be, If Henry Cavill is what, I would totally interview you, dude. You are welcome to come on anytime.
I really, really doubt he's watching. I'm sorry.
But Simon,
people have tagged him in to my reels before as if he's going to go, oh, okay, I'm going to watch this. Somebody I don't know. I don't even know if it's even Henry Cavill that manages his own Instagram account. It could be his PR person. You just don't know, do you?
No, you never know.
You never know. You never know. I mean, Daz has met him, so you never know.
Yeah, he recognised me. At Warhammer. I remember hearing this voice. Oh my God, it's Daz Moore! It's Daz Moore! And I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Of course, I'll take a photo with you. I really liked you in Batman." And that was that.
I really.
You were the Avengers. Is that what you
If not us, I would love to see him go on a hobby podcast just once, like. Even if it's with PT or anyone, like Dave Hammer or Miniature Gaming Dave, sorry, and whoever, like, I would love to see him talk hobby with actual hobbyists. It would be fantastic.
I don't think, would the internet stand Dave from Mini War Gaming and Henry Cavill talking? Would the community just explode? I think it would.
I think it would. And would he give him a chance to speak?
Yeah, that as well. This is the guy that I asked to say hi Norse Paints, and it took him 30 seconds and he still didn't say the words hi Norse Paints. So,
he's absolutely fantastic, but like I think his brain moves a million miles faster than the rest of ours. So
pretty much. w.edge.war.games, that is one hell of a username. Says, just cut everyone's hopes of Henry Cavill watching any of us. I'm sorry, I'm a realist. I would love him to watch us all. I would dearly love it. I would love to be on first name terms with Henry. I would love to get invited to Hollywood. Don't get me wrong, it would be a lifelong goal, but I don't think it's ever going to happen if I'm realistic about it. So sorry if I put anyone's dreams. But the dreams, keep dreaming, keep dreaming.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
Daz, what about you? What about you? Who would your guest be?
You know what? I really don't know because, if we're talking about the hobby collective, say, then what I enjoy about it is getting people on that I don't know. For those that don't know, like, I'm lucky enough to do a lot of interviews and things with hobby heroes and stuff, like on Twitch and stuff like that, and it's fantastic. but that's a different thing for me, and I don't know. I mean, maybe away from the Hobby Collective, like as an interview, I might be able to think of someone, but Hobby Collective, I like having people I don't know. I like the uncertainty of who you're going to have on, and learning about people and their journeys. So it's not really answering your question. Let's just call it Norse Paints. Yeah, I want Norse Paints on. There you go.
North's surprisingly shy about the Hobby Collective, considering some of the stuff he says on Twitch. He's surprisingly, he's in the audience and he doesn't always come on.
I know, right?
It is very strange that he doesn't come on the Hobby Collective, where he's all too eager to get on Twitch and talk about full frontals.
I know, right?
Well, on Twitch, you can't see, as a guest, you can't see the comments. So I think that helps. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Right?
He's not.
He can see the comments. Yeah, he can see the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
He's not even in the No, I'm quite disappointed. Gareth, there's another person noticeable by the absence of Gareth. Gareth's not here.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah. So right, let's move on. So Saint Celestine, when are we gonna see a return of your podcast, or are you just Hobby Collective now, or is there gonna be a season 2?
I want to do a season 2. I honestly do. It's just been extremely busy, and then also my podcast clashes on Tuesdays with Daz's Twitch stream and stuff. So I'm not sure when exactly, but I do want to get some more interviews up. I might actually talk to you about helping me make some introductions, because I spent the first season of Paint and Dice just to try and get behind the magic of the community. I couldn't quite understand what was going on. The people in the community are quite amazing. And I just wanted to meet as many hobbyists as possible and talk to them about it. And then one of my favorite ones was the interview that we did with you and Sam and Maskin and Miniatures, Chris. And that's the kind of stuff that I would like to do more of, I think. And the normal interviews were also fantastic. I was getting to know the community through that. But those kinds of interviews mean a lot to me. If experienced hobbyists speak to the younger generation of hobbyists, or hobbyists that have a different way of approaching things, it's fantastic for me to find out how you guys used to go about things. It influences the way I hobby, because I also try to fabricate more, and it's just, I love those kinds of things. So I would definitely do that if I can speak to people more about what the hobby used to be in relation and how the hobby has evolved. That's my favorite part. Yeah.
So the Grumpy Old Men podcast was your favourite?
The Grumpy Old Men podcast.
The 3 men
complaining about
it's better nowadays. It's your favourite podcast. How square bases are better than round, and how we miss making tanks out of shampoo bottles. That was the best.
Someone needs to send me a diagram for that. I honestly want to do it still. Like, I've been promised a diagram. I've never got one.
I've got it. I think I've got it in the Warhammer compendium from 1980 something. Make it out of what used to be the old roll-on deodorants.
Yeah, so if anyone has any of those things, please send them to me. I want to build these things for my channel, please. I love fabricating stuff, and it's like absolutely awesome to make my own. So send me some diagrams. I want to build stuff and make them look good, I promise. So, yeah.
As far as introduction goes, I don't know if you're talking to me or Daz, but I can definitely get you Peachy, because Peachy will go when Peachy goes in everybody's. I can definitely sort you out an introduction to Peachy. Daz, same similar question to you. What's the future for That's More Wargaming on Twitch? And are you going to branch out more into Instagram, or are you going to stay on that format?
Yeah. So my Instagram, it's mainly mainly loads of work in progress, which is I'm ashamed by. It'd be nice to get some finished miniatures up there, but I've got to finish miniatures to do that. So we'll see. But yeah, enjoying doing reels and things now, and the live streams and things on Insta. But yes, Twitch and YouTube for me. YouTube's slowed down a bit now. But yeah, just carry on doing hobby shows and interviews on Twitch. There's going to be some battle report stuff come to YouTube in the coming months, where we're going to be learning and doing a mini campaign of Ravage Star, which is a mini war game with Dave's and Matt's baby. So I'm looking forward to that. And showing off that, because the games that I've been playing and play testing with it, as it stands right now, I would say it's one of my favourite rule sets I've ever played. So I'm really keen to do that and put a spotlight on it, because I really want it to do well and other people to have a go, for sure. But yeah, that's where it's heading at the moment. More of the same.
Okay. Thank you, Sonar.io, for, I don't know anything about 40k, but love your stuff. It's amazing. We'll take that as you were telling us, saying to all of us. So, Dad, you've got just over a week now to get to 5k. How far off are we?
Okay, do you want a real-time thing? Let's do a real-time. I use maths and everything. 130.
Oh,
do you think
that's like 10
they'll
from last night.
Yeah. So 130 I need in just over a week. Something like that.
So it's really like, what, 20 a day?
Yeah, don't say it like that. That sounds like it's difficult.
That's not difficult. I think you can do it. How far are you along with your Iron Warriors? Ready for when you do it?
Well, I did what I said I was going to do. I bought everything I needed and built it. And I've started painting them, but I'm not going to get too carried away with it yet. I want to hit that first before I go mental on it. So yeah, I've done a unit of Havocs basically.
So that's what, 5 models so far?
5 models. Oh, and I've done my base coat and some hazard striping on a Vindicator.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
yeah. It's a small army because I'm only, because I know that the bet was hit 5k and I've got to do a 40k army and go to a 40k tournament. That was as much as was said, so I decided that the tournament I'm going to go to will be a doubles tournament, so therefore I only have to paint 1,000 points, and I'll be going with Total Order of Chaos.
Yeah.
So,
Black Legion,
so
Warriors.
It's going to be. I think you might even be doing Night Lords. So there might be Night Lords and Iron Warriors or something like that. I think he's doing like a load of like bikes and jump back infantry, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go. I by the way, don't take that as gospel. I'm not sure. Like that's what we're talking about. So.
Ash is doing Night Lords. Everybody, Ash is doing Night Lords.
He might not be. I don't know.
Yeah. Right. So Saint Celestine. I wanted to talk to you about this. Your recent videos, a lot of your recent videos, recent reels, are how to make stuff out of stuff. So I think today you put one up about making tufts out of old paintbrushes.
Yeah.
Being in South Africa, is it pretty much a necessity for you to be able to do stuff like that? What's the sort of, how accessible are things like Games Workshop stuff, and even just the hobby in general? How accessible is it in South Africa?
We have a few very good hobby shops. It's not that it's necessarily inaccessible. In some cases, it's really expensive because it is all imported. So, for example, like the terrain, the AK products, and the really nice Green Stuff World. Green Stuff World and AK products, mainly there's just one hobby shop in all of the country that stock all of the really nice things for dioramas, because there's a lot of people here that actually do the army miniature dioramas and the terrain. So they stock all of those lovely things for those people, which is handy for us. However, it really does eat into your hobby budget. So, and I just I come from a background of being a pastry chef, and that my main job was to make a cake look nothing like a cake. So, I mean, so fabricating for me is just, I enjoy it very much. Like if I can make my own, it's more fun for me. It's tough and it takes longer and all of those things, but I enjoy that process. It's not for everyone. But yeah, so some things are inaccessible. They are difficult to find. We have a lot of things that you can order. It says in stock, but that means that they're going to order it for you from Games Workshop, and you wait like sometimes a month before you get your stuff. So it depends. And rattle cans are an issue. Like the Citadel rattle cans, you can only get, there's one company who imports them, and then they split them between different hobby shops. So it's really tough to get those. So.
Yeah, didn't you say you got your name down for the Escape and Tide box set? Is there no like pre-order system there? Or?
Yeah, so even before the pre-order, months before, I mean, I was in Cape Town somewhere in May. I put my name down on the list for the box. So my name wasn't top 5, so I'm not hopeful, because how it works is they will order for everyone on the list. If we're lucky, Games Workshop sends them 5 boxes. So it's just the way it works. I'm not sure why. It's a supply and demand thing, and I suppose they will distribute locally first, and whatever they have left for other markets, they'll send. So, and we are way like 3rd, 4th market. We are not even a blip. So we're a very small hobby community. It's a very, very niche hobby here. So it's understandable. So yeah, I'm still waiting for that phone call. I don't think I got that box. Yeah.
And those minis that we saw today in your story, what are they? Those cat cat?
So that's the Fellowship of the Yarn. I don't think the designer is South African. I think it's but a South African company prints them and sells them. So I ordered those mainly because I was very tired of offering up my test models to my kids to paint. So now they have something for themselves to paint. However, the Legolas cat and the Gimli cat I'm going to paint, because I just love that little bromance between Gimli and Legolas and Lord of the Rings. So those 2 are mine. I actually wanted the Smeagol, but it wasn't in the set. It's really cute. It's like a Siamese version of Golem. So it's really cool.
Okay. And so, Daz, we're going to Warhammer World on Saturday.
Yes.
Yes. So, are you going to do as you said and distract Ash so I can win my game?
I don't know about that. I mean, maybe accidentally, yeah.
So,
maybe.
I believe that. Which army is it that you're leaving at Warhammer World? Do you want to plug that?
The Nurgle Sylvaneth.
So will they be in the cabinets for people to see?
So basically, yeah, like just for clarity, myself and Simon didn't actually plan to be at Warhammer at the same time. Like, he had plans to go up and have a game with Ash, and I had plans to go up with some other people and have like some farewell games of AOS 3. And yeah, so it just turns out we're there at the same time, which is awesome. Like, super happy about that coincidence. But yeah, no, we're having a few games of AOS, so I'm using the Nurgle Sylvaneth in that game, and then they're going to go in the cabinet again at Warhammer World to be on display till maybe like end of December, something like that.
So will that be in the main shop?
Yeah, it'll be in the shop.
They also do guest armies at the doorway as you're leaving the exhibition as well, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not good enough for that.
Oh, okay. But then you hear it here first. Anyone who's in Warhammer World between now and December, you can see Daz's Nurgle Sylvaneth. Where did you get the idea for Nurgle Sylvaneth as well?
Well, mate. To be honest, like, I'm a massive like Nurgle fan. I love converting things. I like being creative with things. If I can make a model anything but what it's meant to be, then I'm in my element and make things unique. So yeah, so I wanted to do a Sylvaneth army basically, mate, and I was like, right, how do I make this Nurgle? So I started off with a Lariel, and I thought, centerpiece model, I need to do something crazy with this. So I did. And that was it. And then I just did everything else around it. Yeah, just a lot of green stuff and other kits being broken up, basically. But yeah, super fun.
Have you got high hopes for AOS 4? What are your thoughts so far? What you see?
Man, like, I've not really voiced much of an opinion. As yet on streams, I've been saying, like, I'm not feeling great about it. But that's only from previews and what we've sort of seen and heard and things. And I've said I'm going to play it. I'm going to give it a go, and I really hope that I do like it. And I don't know how much of my feelings now are based off of the edition that I loved changing. Like, I don't know if my feelings are kind of tainted with that bitterness. So I need to give it a good go, and hopefully it's great, and I enjoy it, and we're back into it full swing. But yeah, I think the build up to it all has been a bit long. So any hype there was for me faded quite quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saying Celestine, I think you mentioned to me quite a while back that your husband bought you the 40k starter set. Came back from work one day with it. Is that right?
Well, yeah, so I started painting with, started a palatine, well, my first model was a palatine, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do sisters. And, bless him, my husband is very supportive and absolutely allows me to do hobby as much as I want and so on, but he is not a fan. So he came home with the biggest box that the hobby shop essentially could peddle to him at that point. So that is why I have an ultimate starter set, which I'm thankful for now because I can learn the game with it, which is not bad. So, but at that point, like at that stage, I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's not what I wanted. But I was really excited though, because it's really cool to have a big old box of Warhammer brought home. So, but yeah, now I'm happy about it. And then the Marines from the box, I have 5 Terminators, and I have 5 Infernus Marines, and I have a Terminator, sorry about that, Terminator Captain, and a Terminator Librarian and Terminator Armor, and I'm going to donate those to Dave's latest charity when I'm done learning with them, actually. So they're going to be painted in the same scheme for his charity, and then I'm going to send them off to the UK. So my models are going to the UK. I'm not, but they're going to go to the UK, yeah.
And have you persuaded your husband to learn to play the game as well?
He will if I ask him to, but like to ask someone who's not interested in Warhammer to learn to play Warhammer it's a big ask, I think, honestly, because I think about Warhammer so much. It's actually starting to bug me. Like I will do the dishes and be thinking about rules or schemes or whatever. So yeah, it takes a lot of thought to learn the game. I think on the level that I want to play it. So we'll give it a go, but I'm not sure he's going to get into it though.
And you mentioned that you got the miniatures because your 2 little ones are pestering to paint models. Are they expressing interest then in the hobby as well? Do you think they're going to be future players, future painters?
I hope so. So my eldest is she loves art just like I do, and she loves painting things. And she's even since she was little, she would go very detailed. Like she didn't do the big circles and stuff. She would go like really detailed. So I think it's really going to be up her alley. The painting, at least. If she doesn't like Warhammer, it's a bit grim. I think for her, she's very well, she's still young, but it's very grim. So I will probably find another gaming system for her to get interested in, but I would love her to also do the hobby with me, yes.
Okay. And Daz, you've got a son as well.
Yeah.
Is he already quite into it? I think you've taken him to One World a couple of times, haven't you? Is he quite into
He's
it?
been to Warhammer World once, yeah. He met Peachy. And yeah, no, he loves it, but he's like too young really
Yeah.
to think. But like in general, he's not much of like he doesn't do a lot of things like drawing and coloring. That's not his thing. He'd rather just be outside running around. He's that sort of kid really. So I don't know whether that will change or anything like that. But yeah, it's crazy. He met Peachy at Warhammer World, and he still talks about him from time to time. He's had that much of an impact on him.
Didn't Peachy come on his motorbike? Is that? I think that was
Yeah.
part of the attraction.
Yeah. So I was going that way anyway. I was going on holiday, so I was going up north, and on the way, I sort of took a detour and stopped at Warhammer, and I sort of said to Peachy, "I'm going to be about. So do you want to like meet up just for a catch up and a brew in Bugman's?" So yeah, he met us there, and because he had like his like motorbike like leathers on and had his like helmet and things, um, my little one thought that he was a astronaut. And yeah, so he keeps talking about my astronaut friend.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, whenever I say I'm going to play Warhammer, I say, "Oh, what with your astronaut friend?" No, no.
That's very cool.
Thinking, do you think? Did you like the? Did you like the minis and things, or is he just like completely? I want to go out and play football. Then stop.
No, he likes seeing what I've done. He's interested in what they are, but he's shown no interest to like, oh, I want to paint one or like, because like I say, he doesn't really like drawing or colouring in or anything, even on paper. So he's not very like arty. Like it's not what he likes to do. But I think he's still like trying to like find himself, like what he wants to do. Because yeah, I think with any like 4-year-old, I think they're they sort of like switch from one thing to another rather quickly. So yeah, so just let him find himself. If he decides, if he says to me, one day he wants to paint one, then yeah, by all means, But
I see, my kid is 6, so she would have been too young at 4 to try. I mean, it's like really small and detailed, and yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if he wanted to do it now, he'd probably just slap like one color all over it. But
They do that. It's not fun.
Well, that's basically
yeah.
what I do anyway, so that's not far off from my level.
Yeah. No, that's not true.
Grab Minis says, Saint Celestine, when would you consider the pilgrimage to Warhammer World?
But tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I really want to go. There may be, and it's not set in stone at all, but there may be a chance that I will be delivering the miniatures for Dave's charity next year by myself, like in person, instead of shipping them, because I have a whole team of people, and there's going to be a whole lot of miniatures coming from South Africa to go to the UK for the charity. So there may be an off chance that I would be able to bring them myself and then go to Warhammer World, because the army will be on display at Warhammer World. So let's hope.
So are you jealous that like me and Daz get to go so often?
I'm not jealous because it's not your fault. So it does bug me a little, because I really honestly am very I went to my first hobby shop in May, because it's in Cape Town, and I was staring at the cabinets, maybe like 2 cabinets of miniatures. I almost spent an hour just staring at the miniatures there. So I really would really enjoy a trip to Warhammer World. I want to just experience it at least once, make the pilgrimage, as they say. So see if I can find that assassin. I'm pretty good at those things.
You'll never find the assassin.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's hard to describe to someone who's never seen the sheer size of that diorama, just how massive it is. It's like it's there's a spiral staircase, well, not spiral staircase, but there's a staircase that goes round it. You could jump off that spire at the top and probably break some bones. It's that high.
Wow.
And then you've literally got, I don't know, so many thousands of miniatures on there. You've got Titans on there. You've got the music blaring. The lights just keep changing colour every so many seconds. Anyone who can find the assassin on there, and I know some people have done it, they really do deserve a medal. They should be snipers because it's ridiculous. I've looked many times and I've never ever seen it ever.
I don't know. So if no one in your house can find the ketchup and you're the only person who can and it's right in the fridge, I think I have a fair chance of finding it. So.
If you can do it, then you will be the stuff of legend. I think
I just want to try. I just want to go.
You can put that on your Instagram bio. I found the assassin at One World, and you go viral.
I think one thing that makes it difficult is you don't know which assassin it is.
Yep. And also, if someone finds it, they'll change the assassin and move it.
Well, that's fair, because he'll tell all his friends, you know.
So yeah, you can't go out and tell people where it is, because as soon as you found it, they'll move it. So
that sounds like loads of fun. I want to do the whole thing. I want to take a picture by, you know, I want those pictures on my profile of me at Warhammer World, and you know, hopefully like going like for an event like this one where I know at least a few of my friends are going to be there, and there's going to be a big raffle and I'll get to meet some people. I don't want to just go and on a random day. I definitely want to see if I can be there for either Warhammer Fest or something like this, where I can at least meet some of my friends that I've only seen online, and you know, get to talk and maybe have a drink, and yeah, it'd be fun.
We can all queue together, because Warhammer Fest, queue Fest. We can all stand in the queue.
I don't care. It's going to be my one and only chance, so I'm going to make the most of it. I will queue all day.
So, Daz, is there anything that you've been to One World many times? And in fact, at one point last year, I thought you'd moved to Nottingham. What's your favourite? Describe your typical Daz Maul day out at One World, and what's your favourite part of it? What's your favourite part of the exhibition?
Okay, so typical Daz Maul Warhammer World trip starts off with being there before 10 o'clock, before when it opens, going straight up, running through the store, ignoring everyone saying hello, good morning, making a beeline for Bugman's to go and get a full English breakfast. As you should start your day. No, and then it's pretty much like shopping, gaming. So I usually book gaming tables, and so I don't always do the exhibition. But yeah, I'd say like my favourite bit of the of that part of Warhammer World, having a look round there. So many good dioramas. I really like the Imperial Guard one.
Oh, the parade one.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's just there's nice little like details in that you that may go unnoticed. Like like I can't remember the characters, or you have to pardon my ignorance, but like you've got like a balcony with like officers on and like a space marine, and as the parade of like tanks, infantry, and sentinels are going by, the heads or the turrets are all slowly like turning to the balcony as they go by, and then back forward as they go. So it's almost like they're saluting to the balcony, like, which is really cool.
So someone actually pointed that out to me on a reel once. I've looked at that many times, not realised.
Yeah.
So I went, "Isn't it cool how the tanks turn towards the balcony?" I was like, "Yeah, I really should have picked up on that."
I don't know if you know about this, but I got told this. I won't name names or anything, but there's a hidden like Easter egg on that diorama.
There is.
Yeah. Do you know about this?
No. So.
Okay.
But we're going on Saturday. Now I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but tell him Saturday. Don't spoil it for the rest of us.
Yeah. So it's kind of assassin related. So on that diorama, somewhere there is someone being assassinated, and you can find them and then find the assassin.
Oh, so it's the actual assassin that's in the main one.
So someone on that, I haven't ever been able to find it, but apparently there's someone being sniped somewhere on the diorama, and if you try and find the trajectory of the where it's coming from, you should be able to try and find the sniper.
Right. I need to do this now. I need to do this. I'm gonna be looking at that diorama itself for hours now. They're gonna be closing up, and I'm still gonna be there. No, I need to find out where it's painted.
Yeah. So there you go.
So before we wrap up, because we're getting close to the hour, and Daz, you've gone all fuzzy. So I'm assuming that there might be an internet connection issue somewhere on someone's end, or Instagram servers or something. This is where we need Gareth to explain the internet to us.
I know why. I know why.
Sorry, it's the UK server.
Warpgate's live. That's why.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, that'll explain it then. Warpgate's gone live. Everyone's gone over there. He's taken all the bandwidth. So just before we finish, starting with you, Daz, tell us where we can find you. Tell us where you're about. Tell us what your future plans are.
So yeah, you can find me. I say on here on Instagram, as you know, Twitch and YouTube. I think I'm on Twitter, but not that active. So, but in my Instagram bio, there's a link tree that has everything there. So that's the best place to go. Yeah, that's where you can find me. And as for the future, I think I've sort of just gone for it, really. More of the same. More hobby positivity and sharing and receiving inspiration. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
And Celestine, where can we find you? What's the future plans? Is there going to be a Saint Celestine YouTube channel? When can we see you on the big screen in your movie debut, etc., etc.?
So I do have a YouTube account now, but for now I'm only using it to look at streams and stuff like that. So, but in the future I hope to do proper linked tutorials if I can find just the right balance. I'm playing around with my reels and stuff on Instagram at the moment. I'm trying to just upscale them a little bit, make them a little bit more appealing, and then I will, once I find a format, I will do shorter reels for like 1 minute reels for Instagram, and hopefully put full tutorials on YouTube, just to have them out there, because I can go on for quite a while, and it's not really, Instagram's not really the platform for that, actually. Like, your videos shouldn't be too long on Instagram. So yeah, I will do that in the future, but for now I'm here on Instagram. That's where you can find me. That's it. It's the only account I have.
Okay, thank you both for joining me. And hopefully we'll catch up soon again. Obviously, I'll catch up with you, Daz, on Saturday. We'll take lots of pictures and stuff to send Saint Celestine and other people
thank you. I love pictures. Like, I really appreciate the Warhammer World pictures. You have no idea. And Daz sends me pictures when he goes to like expos and stuff, and you do as well, and everyone does. And I really appreciate that. I really do. It's fun.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you very much for joining us. We'll speak to you again soon. It's been fun. Thank you for everybody who joined us and the people who asked questions in chat. And we'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.